spent your whole on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we got the sound like it's double speed.
Welcome back, everyone, to U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. We're in quarter number 2, and it's the Lions who are in possession of the football.
Goes to us. 180. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. 58, boys. 58. 58. It's Mike.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. Yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go. Hey, go Mike 34.
Hey, steamer. Yellow.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Cousins now. Over the middle, complete. That's Osborne. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
I got you, boy. Hey, check Mike 34. Mike 34. You must be.
Rhino.
Big air.
Lucky 48.
Joker.
Throwing is Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Zebra. Hey, flipper.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine.
Again, it's Cousins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
3rd and goal for Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Joseph connect. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together. Say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Adam Thielen, he gets set to go again with the rest of this offense. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Cousins to throw it.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. Well, let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
To throw, Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. Again the juke. Once more the juke.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. To the air again. It's Cousins. It's caught. Smith. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
How about the timing on that one? Well, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
2nd down and 8.
Who that? Who that? 34's the mic. 34's the mic.
On play action, Cousins. And his throw here's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Stop your whining. 44's the mic.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Hot. Don't let him. First.
Hatchet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Joseph's got it.
And that will extend their lead even further. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Joseph now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And this one incomplete. Oh, a dangerous throw, nearly picked off in the end zone, but instead second down.
Check. All day, punt. 44, Mike, 44. Hey, we got it.
Cousins. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hawkinson. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Partner took a while for him to walk onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
Throw left side on target to Thielen. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. What a first half he's putting together. He's over 200 yards receiving already, and he has a first down there.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on third down. This is another conversion here. And they can look to really open things up now with this first and goal.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. And incompletion as a result.
Let's make these babies crawl on the brain.
Cook. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Charles, I think you have to call that away from the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, being the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
Second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football, and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the 38, gone. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at third and a few inches. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
Here we go.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave it with a 3rd and 7. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
We got to step it up. 58, boys. 58.
Goff now looking to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, Martin, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Adam Thielen and the rest of the Vikings offense, they get set for their next possession. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the 2nd quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week, solid games and some spectacular ones.
He has showed up time and time again.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
44's the mic. 44's Mike. Check.
Black.
I got you. 44, Mike.
On 2nd and 10, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close.
A big play there just before halftime. 60. Yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Here I come again.
Now Cousins. Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2nd and goal, Cousins.
And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead. Joseph connects on the extra point. And the round is on here in this first half. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And a good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket. No reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Now Goff on first down. He dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Defense, keep it up, guys.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
That's on the tackle, Panay Sewell.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
58, boys, 58.
Goff a handoff here to Swift.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
A 5-yard pickup. It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Here comes Rager.
So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay. Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the 3rd quarter we march.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Adam Thielen, he gets set to go again with the rest of this offense. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in the route, or they get open early, or they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Delayed game offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still second down.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. 44, 44. Mike, 44. 3 bucks.
Now a second down throw for Cousins.
Throw caught there by Osborne.
They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
Nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to trade the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? An extra DB in the game now here on third down. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's fourth down.
So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive one of quarter three.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay.
And they'll accept that penalty. And here's Ryan Wright now.
And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Lions will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try. back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible, let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
58, boys, 58.
Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 3.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Check, set, black 20. Double tight, guys, double tight.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. 58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 2nd down and 4, Goff. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Well, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
They'll drop the throw. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Badgley's kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Adam Thielen and the rest of the Vikings offense, they get set for their next possession. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
Do you want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
Oh, no.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far.
Cousins' throw taken in by Hawkinson here.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll go down to a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Hey, check Mike 34. Mike 34. Check.
Now Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Ready?
Scoop. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. Touchdown! Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings have opened the lead up to 30. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ballgame.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there, just 4 plays. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, and what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful. It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54.
Goff now to throw. And Shark hauls it in. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. That one goes for 24 yards.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30.
65 yards on the ground for him so far.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards at first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the screen.
Here's Goff. Complete to right.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
There's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Harrison Smith on the tackle.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
First down.
From the red zone now, Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So now goes a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete.
And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is down to 24.
Lions 23.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive.
Right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay game, offense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
44, Mike, 44.
To throw is Cousins. Open man is Osborne. He's got him. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen both leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Are not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, here's the run with Cook. Nifty footwork at the 45. And he's got room. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings start to open this lead even wider. Here in the 4th.
I know I should keep the focus. Spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Joseph connects on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as he is added on that big lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls. Right there.
Now it's gone. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
I got him. 54.
From the gun, here's Goff. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. And defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here we go. Hey, 58 is a fight.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th.
He's got this, complete to Williams.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Goff throwing again.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mike's 54.
Goff.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And they will only muster a yard here at the 38.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the 4th quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
72 yards rushing now for Cook, and this is a 1st down.
Cousins now.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there. It'll be 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Cousins able to connect with Adam Thielen. And the Vikings add another
6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? And you guys won't know the receivers don't want them to, because as you know that this is a chance to pile on the stats, and they got their way. They try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Goff. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and he'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks spend all the time manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
And this returnable for Rager.
Oh, nice move.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Adam Thielen, he gets set to go again with the rest of this offense. All right, how has he done it? 4 touchdowns in this contest. He's been around the end zone in particular, pretty much uncoverable.
And you know, I typically take things from a defensive perspective. I'm not going to do that this time. Let's just praise him. My goodness, 4 receiving touchdowns means he's been a variety of coverages throughout this game, because they're not just letting him run scot-free. They're trying their best to shut him down, and he's shredding them.
I got to be honest, I want to see 5. No, you want to see 5? I mean, we're not supposed to be biased, but...
We're not rooting. Just in the interest of the game, let's go ahead and see 5.
And incomplete on the deep ball. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Mike 34, Mike 34.
Throwing is Cousins.
And quickly to Thielen here.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 13-yard line.
Mike spoke well.
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep.
Nice little juke. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Hey, two. Mike, 34. 1, 2, 3.
Throwing, Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, big here in the 4th quarter. Really big. No passing incompletion. I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Cousins. Toward the pylon, caught. And he is out of bounds here. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
4th down, field goal try coming. So Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. Joseph's got it.
And they will extend that